Hi, I wanted to talk about how you can garden year-round. A lot of people think you start gardening in the spring, the summer everything grows, and by fall you have your harvest. Well, you can look over here. I have some things that you can grow most of the year. Collard greens are quite resilient. You could start them in the spring and have some a flow going through spring and summer. However, you can also start them in the fall and have them through the winter. And with the cold weather, it has its advantages because the bugs bother it less. You have less problems with pests, as well as the taste. The cold actually causes it to have a sweeter taste. And the same goes for arugula. And if you look through here, I have a few things. I have some Swiss chard in the back, collards, and arugula. Right here I have my what we call garden huckleberry. I'm not sure if I can show you. Oh, here they go. Right here. Here's a few of the huckleberry. They're going to be dying back. Probably by the middle of November they'll be gone. But they're very easy to grow. And once you start them in the spring, they'll keep going and they'll actually reseed themselves. They're about 3 times throughout the summer. And they're great for making preserves and syrups and things of that nature, or just eating them plain. And as you see here, we had a cold night last night and the wind blew everywhere. So this was my tomato patch of tomatoes, my monster tomatoes. However, the wind knocked everything over. And speaking of that, due to the weather change with Sandy, we're over here in Georgia, but my prayers go out to the families who were a victim of Sandy. And as you see here, we have more leafy greens. We have some kale, and that's another one that you can grow through the fall. So you can start your kale up this fall, and all through the winter it keeps going. And there's lots of different kinds of kale. There's the ruffled kale, giant kale, dinosaur kale, and most important for women, you want to eat your leafy greens. For example, if you have fibroids or you're anemic, the greens have a lot of iron in them and they help you keep your energy going. And right here we have pigeon peas. I actually went to visit, let me think of the name of the Fruit and Spice Park in Miami. And when I was there, I saw the pigeon peas growing everywhere. And I had never seen peas grow like that. So I decided I had to have some. But unfortunately, although I planted these in the spring, and right now it's October 31st, happy Halloween to you, I haven't got any peas yet. In some places these grow as annuals, and in some places they go as perennials, depending on how cold it gets. So hopefully I'm crossing my fingers and praying to God that I get some peas from this. Now right here, I did have the Three Sisters garden, and as you know with the Three Sisters garden, you have squash, beans, and corn. And that's how Native Americans used to garden, but everything has died out, so I pulled up everything except my peas. I'm sorry, my beans. I still have my beans growing, and in its place I decided to put down some seedlings of pak choi, which is another thing that can handle the cold weather which is about to come. And if you see, as before, I still have some garden huckleberry. This was a volunteer. I didn't plant it here, but it decided to just pop up, and most of the time when I get my volunteers, I just leave them there and let them do their own thing. And what's this, Mom? I'm not sure what you're talking about, babe. But right here we have some more of the green peas that have moved. Green beans, I keep saying peas, have moved here and all the way over here. And if you look, you might see that I have some peas growing. If my kids didn't eat them all, which I don't mind, long as they're getting their green vegetables, that's what we need nowadays. Yeah, it looks like my babies and went through and ransacked everything I had, but yesterday still ransacking everything I had. Please hold the camera straight. But as you see, you can keep gardening and keep things going in cycles, and as long as you keep things going in cycles, you'll always have things. Now, here's one of my favorites. This is highly poisonous. This is what we call the castor bean. I know a lot of people use castor bean oil in their hair and they don't know what a castor bean looks like or where it came from. But this is a castor bean, and inside it is encased and these flowers, which look like little spike balls. There's the castor bean, and the oil is extracted from it. I'm not sure how to do that, and since the castor bean is poisonous, I'm going to do a little bit more research and figure out how to do it, probably later on. But just so you know, that's what this is. And another thing we have here, if you look down here, I have, it's kind of small here. This is a banana plant. I actually decided to grow it from seed, and I went to Tradewind Seeds to find the banana seeds, and I did not just pick any banana seeds. I picked one that would grow